Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Fakadash, the bonds to the apostles, JMS and Ruel, Shalom to the faithful man. So always continue doing the work of the Lord. Alright, so Lord willing, so we'll make this very quick testimony video. What we experienced this last weekend, me and the brothers, we went down there in Missouri. And then we visited the brothers, and there was other brothers from St. Louis, Kansas, I believe, so us, Columbus, and then I know there's another camp, Salakia. I see their faces right now too, Salakia. I know what camp was it, man? Salakia, it's escaping me right now. But, so yeah, it was all us down there. Salakia, I can't think of the other brothers. They might be St. Louis too as well, but like from a different area. I don't know. But yeah, it was a beautiful time, man. It was a very, very, very spiritual weekend. I had a great time, very spiritual, learned some things, all that good stuff, man. But I want to, because I know they just made a video about their testimony, because that night I was at the hotel, so I didn't really get to see, but they were seeing chariots and things like that. But so I know the one I want to talk about was Sunday, the last day we was there. Well, we left Monday morning, but that Sunday night, brothers, after we did our video and all that, brothers, we went to a particular place, got some food, and then we split, and eventually started coming back together and all that good stuff. But for a moment, it was me, Quan and Taz, and then, from this camp, and then the brother Ataziyar from Kansas. He took us, to a little spot. We listening to music and stuff like that, listening to some music and all that. And then, it was a crowd of people, and we was just, doing our thing, whatever the case is. And then, first, I had to go back to the car. You know what I'm saying? And then I went to the car, and then I was walking back, and then the brother Ataziyar, he had to go back to the car. So then we kind of met halfway. Then we went back together. And when we went back, we seen like 4 chariots. I know that area, I guess like Kansas, Missouri, all that good stuff is like very heavy with chariots. So then we seen like 4 or 5 chariots, moving all throughout the sky and stuff like that. And then maybe an hour or two later, all of us was together, and then we was we was in the crowd, and then we seen first in the stage with the music, whatever, it said the word prophet. You know what I'm saying? But then also after that, we just seen like I believe it was one. We seen a chariot. It appeared, and then I think it slowly disappeared. And then out of the whole crowd, we was the only ones that was looking up. We was pointing. I know I was. I think some other brother was pointing. I couldn't really see all the brothers. I'm looking up. I remember I was pointing, and some other brother was pointing too. I could kind of see it in the corner of my eye. But I just told the brothers, like, what I'm saying, the kingdom, I'm gonna make like a portrait where it's just us pointing in the sky for the chariot, where everybody else is just docile, just listening to music, being stupid, drinking, you know what I mean? But that was beautiful, man. That was a very spiritual moment, because the Lord had us see it while these people was just drinking and being married. We was in the spirit. I mean, of course, we was letting our hair down. We was married too, but we was still on point. All right, we was still on point. Now let me see real quick. Observe. 1 Corinthians this up. This is Sirach 27:12. It says, if thou be among the indiscreet. Let me look at that word indiscreet real quick. So God can give me a second. Hold on. Indiscreet means lacking good judgment, cautions, or tact, especially by revealing secrets or saying things that should be kept secret. It describes actions or statements that are impudent, thoughtless, or inappropriate. Alright? So that's what these people are, man. They are lacking good judgment. You know, they don't have no discernment. They're not conscious. They're not, you know, they're distracted. Alright? But us, even when we having fun, even we can go to a movie. You can take your girl on a date. You can take her to the movies. You can take her out to eat. Whatever. You having fun. You letting your hair down. You're not setting up camp. But you're still on point, even when you're in your downtime, because you can't do the work 24/7. You're going to need to let your hair down, because what the scripture says, don't be over righteous. Why should you destroy yourself? You know, don't eat too much honey. You're gonna vomit it up. You can't just be in the scriptures all the day long. But yeah, at the same time, it's gonna be in your mind all the day long. So you're going to be able to relax and still be in the spirit at the same time. You know, it's not like you're going to just be like, okay, I'm done doing work, and then somebody hands you some fucking hot dog, and you be like, okay, well, I'll eat it. But no, you're still going to be like, oh, nah, that's wrong, that's right, no. You know, you're still going to be looking out for the signs. You're still going to be praying. Scripture says you're praying without season. You know, but you're just pretty much doing it in the rest mode, pretty much. Alright. Let me get one last one before I go back. Wisdom of Solomon 6:16. For she goeth, seeketh such as are worthy of her, showing herself faithfully unto them and the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. Speaking about wisdom, that's what wisdom is going to do. It's going to meet you in every thought. Like I said, even when you chilling, even when you just doing whatever the fuck you're doing, wisdom is still going to meet you in every thought. You might watch a movie that's completely secular. Like the last movie I went to the theaters to watch was Obsession. It didn't mention nothing about the Most High, no Bible scriptures, nothing. Now I'm watching this movie like, oh, this bitch, you know, I ain't gonna give too much up. That's a good ass movie. Jay gotta go see that. I'm watching this like, oh, this bitch got a demon on her. This bitch literally have a demon on her. You know, and there's other spiritual things I can take out of it. You know, but anyways, back to Sirach 27:12. If thou be among the indiscreet, or the people that lacks judgment, or docile, stupid ass, impudent people, okay, because it might cost for that. You might go out to eat. You might go get you something to drink. Go to a little chill little bar. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You might go to a jazz bar. Nothing's wrong with that, bro. Alright? It says, observe the time and be continually among men of understanding. Right? So while you're among these different people, you gotta observe the time. You still gotta be on point. You still gotta watch. You still gotta pray. You still gotta be circumspect. I remember one time we were just outside chilling, and it was this is a different time. We were just among just a lot of people on the strip, just chilling, minding our own business, people all over. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just listening. Like me, you know, all brothers are very observant. But me, I love listening. I just love, I can be on my phone, I can be scrolling, pay attention to my phone, really into it. But at the same time, I can listen to the things that surround me. I can listen to a whole conversation. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do. I love just listening. watching. But I remember I was just sitting there doing something, and the brother next to me, he was on the phone, and the other brother, he was in the SWAT taking a piss or whatever. And I'm just listening. I could hear somebody arguing, and I looked, and dude got a gun on his side. So I'm like, yeah, we gotta go. So I text the brother like, yeah, when you come out, we about to move. You know, I didn't want to leave the brother until he comes out first, but then when he came out, we gone. You know, you been, but you got other people that's right next to this nigga. They just, oh, okay, wait, I want to see a fight. I mean, I want to see a fight too, but no, this nigga got a gun. You know how the emotional these niggas are, man. This nigga can pull out the gun. This nigga suck. He's shooting and missing every goddamn thing. The bullet might hit your ass, man. Or you might get a brother get shot, you know, or whatever. So you gotta be wise. You gotta have discernment, and that's why we was on point. Going back to the original testimony we talking about, we seeing the chariots. All right, it was in the spirit. All right, and then on top of that, it was just one girl. She was being weird. She was going around tripping people, and she was like around me and shit. And then the other brother, cause she tried to do something to his, like trying to trip his leg and shit. He was like, oh, no, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, let's go. You know, let's get the fuck away from this bitch. And I'm trying to get away. She, oh, please don't leave me. Bitch was weird as hell. Like, I don't know. I think she was high or something, man. You know, but it could have went worse, because she tripped a nigga in front of me, and he was like, you know her? Like, I'm like, no, I don't know this bitch. What if somebody would have got offended? Like, man, what the fuck? Hey, this your bitch. He, you know, some people would have started hitting and then ask questions. So the point is, man, be watchful, man. Be watchful of these damn people. Be watchful of the spirit, you know, because that's how the Lord talked to us, man. You know, the Lord show us signs. He show us chariots. He show, you know what I mean? It be numbers. You know, you can see 144. You can see whatever. You see the word, we watch, you see the word prophet, you know, all these different things, man. Just be watchful of everything, of all your surroundings. Don't be too, no matter how much fun you having, still be on point, be circumspect. Because your devil, because one, be circumspect for the spirit. Because the Lord might show you beautiful things and signs and chariot things like that. And also be circumspect because the devil is going around seeing who he may devour. You got people trying to scheme, and it's all kind of crazy shit, man. So be watchful of the good and the bad. All right. You know, I can keep going. You know, even if you're out in public and you're drinking and you're having a good time, don't drink too much. You know, if you get to the point where like, all right, I'm getting sloppy. Let me slow the fuck down. Let me stop. Matter of fact, that was the spirit too. I remember the other spot we was at. We was by the pool and shit. We was drinking, and I think at that time, I don't think I ate nothing for a minute. And I'm just drinking and drinking. And then I was tired. I was tired. It was the spirit, man. That trip was fire, bro. I feel like two different, for the Friday and Sunday, I didn't even sleep. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, I'm tired and I'm drinking. Drinking kind of make me more tired. So it was like, I felt it. I was like, all right, let me stop. Let me chill out. So I just started drinking water. I just kind of just stopped for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Got some food, got some water. You know, so you just gotta be circumspect, man. Again, you know, be circumspect in everything, man. Make sure you don't, because some people they don't give a fuck. They just drink and keep drinking and keep drinking. That's dangerous, man. You know, just be watchful of everything. And also, going back to the chariot, keep your eyes to the skies. What's your boy W7? But let me get one last scripture. One of my favorites, Luke 21 and 28. It says, 27, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for redemption draweth nigh. Right, so that's why we got to constantly look up in the heavens, man. because our redemption is near them chariots. And that's the spirit. One last thing, that the brothers in KC, they had a video where, at camp. It was a close ass chariot where you just see 5 orbs, and the brother was saying it's 5 brothers, and it was 5 orbs. That was like the cleanest, closest video I ever seen any brother took of chariots, man. So I'm pretty sure they uploaded it on YouTube. So I'm gonna see if I can find that. But yeah, man. So yeah, Lord willing, that's pretty much the point. Lord willing, hopefully that's edifying. Give our praises. Go to Yahweh, Shemiah, Shabbat, Shem Hagadash. The bounce of the prophet, Jim, Ruach, unto the brothers to doing his works. That say Shalom.